All right, hello. Well, all right, so I got into a hotel just a couple hours ago and I had dinner and everything. And so I just kind of want to show you where I am right now. So anyways, take a look at this. So I'm staying at a resort actually. So it sounds kind of funny, but yeah, I guess the hotel business isn't doing too well these days for, fairly obvious reasons. So, but hotels and everything are still open. They've got a pool. They've got, it's actually quite a big complex here. So that's the main building over there. No, hold on. Actually, I'm staying in that one right over there. I'll give you a tour of the room in a moment. But you can see there's, I mean, it's October. Obviously, everything's closed, of course. But it's really, really nice here. And I can actually imagine this place in the summer. Really, really nice place to visit. Okay, so you're probably wondering, what am I doing back here in the Ukraine? Just 2-3 months, I guess, since the last time I was here. So the war started back in February, and around the end of March, I guess, I started taking in people in Bratislava. A lot of, so many people, like 7.5, maybe 8 million people, maybe 10 million. I can't even remember the last count, but many millions of people left the Ukraine. And they went elsewhere. And of course, a lot of people ended up in America and Canada too. Now, Slovakia, where I live, I live in Bratislava, and it borders Ukraine. So those first weeks, people came, and people came to Bratislava, which is actually on the other end of the country. So I'm going to put a map up here, so I'll just show you. So if you look at this map here, you can see that there's a good 600 kilometers between Bratislava and the Ukrainian border. So I'm maybe about, let's say, 80 kilometers away from the Slovak border. So I'm in a relatively safe place here. And I mean, you saw in the previous video, there were people shopping, most of the, or it seemed to me that, in fact, all of the shops were open. Everything was, business as usual. So, but I mean, this is a very different, part of the Ukraine, because from here to Kiev is still another 750 kilometers. And then from Kiev to Zaporizhia and Kherson, to Luhansk and Donbass, basically, you've got another 700 kilometers as well. And I mean, Ukraine is a big country. It's, one of the biggest countries in Europe. So it's a huge landmass. I'm just in a small part of it, actually. This is called Zakarpattia, okay, or we call it in English the Transcarpathia. And it's beautiful. I mean, you can't see much right now because it's a cloudy day, but if it were sunnier, you would see all the mountains. The architecture is very similar to what we have in Slovakia as well. As far as homes and businesses and downtowns, I guess, except for the churches. Although I'm surprised at how many also Roman Catholic churches are here. Although that's just because we were close to the Hungarian border, where there's, a lot of Hungarians, and of course, I shouldn't say of course, but many of them are, they practice or they go to Roman Catholic churches. Whereas Ukrainian churches, of course, are Orthodox. So, hang on, I'm just going to stop for a second. There's a couple of guys coming in here. I'm a little bit shy about, talking to myself around people when people are around. Hang on. Okay, so I think that it's safe now to talk and everything. They seem to be past. So, anyways, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, okay. So, yeah, of course, this is, this is the beginning of the Eastern Orthodox world here. So, which goes very, very far. It goes all across Russia, of course, Siberia. There's several other countries as well. But it's vast, and this is the, the beginning of it, basically, the Transcarpathian region. And anyway, so back to the question, why am I here? I still haven't answered that. So the reason I'm here is I'm meeting some people. I'm bringing them back to Bratislava. I know them already. I've met them several times, and they're going to come stay with me for a little while until they get settled and move on. So as I said, you know, like when things started happening at the beginning, you know, it didn't take, I didn't have to think about it. I mean, I put an advertisement up on the internet saying if anyone needs a place to, you know, stay or just chill out or something or whatever, you're welcome to come by here. And so some people answered and people stayed. So yeah, and so that's why I'm back here. So I met some people through other people, and with winter coming and things not looking so good these days, especially as far as the energy, electricity and water and all that, it's going to be a cold winter. So so yeah, I'm taking people back, and I'll continue to do it, you know. So I don't know for how long or when it's going to stop, but it doesn't matter, you know. I have to admit, it's really worth it. It's a lot of fun having people come you don't know, and you learn a lot about their culture. You learn their language as well, and you learn about them, and they learn about you, and you become friends, and you don't realize like how important they, you know, such people are or how such people become so integral and important in your life. So, and I'm really grateful for it. So, I mean, this is a terrible war. It's a terrible thing that's happened in Europe, and living in Slovakia is so close to, you know, what nobody thought would ever happen again, and it did. And I haven't stopped checking the CNN live updates or the Kyiv Post, and it's the first thing I do every morning is see what's going on with the war. The last thing I do when I go to bed, I check that out as well. And you know, I mean, I can't fight, you know. I'm not going to go to Donbass, and that would not be the smartest move, you know. You know, giving somebody like me a gun to would probably you know, make the war worse than better. So but what I can do is the minimum. I can open up my home. I've got an extra bedroom. I've got lots of space. I've got a car. I can drive people around, and that's what I do. And it's great. I really, as I said earlier, I really recommend it. Anyways, I'm rambling on too much here. I'm going to go back to the room, and I'll show you what my room looks like for 20 euros a night. You'll like it. All right, this is the inside. It's called Ilara. Nobody's at the desk. A little bit dark at the moment, but it's not quite evening, so it's only about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So anyways, I'll show you where I'm staying. So you got a nice little lounge area here. Like I said, it's dark, but that's okay. There's a first aid station over there too. I don't know if you can make out the cross. All right, so I am way down here at the end of the hall. I don't know how many guests are actually here. I might be the only person staying here. All right. So this is what 20 euros a night will get you. So let's have a look here. Not bad, eh? Look at that. So I got a big king-size bed. There's some of my crap. And I got this huge bathroom here. Look at that, eh? And yeah, and that's the hallway. So that's it. So, all right, so I'm just going to settle in for the night. I've got some chips and I've got all kinds of stuff here, and I've got a TV. I'm going to check that out. Maybe I've got something. Maybe there'll be a station in English. I kind of doubt it, but that's okay. They've got Wi-Fi for free, so I've got all kinds of stuff to keep me entertained. So tomorrow I'm off to Uzhgorod, do a little tour of that, and then back to Bratislava on Tuesday. So, all right. Anyways, I just wanted to, share that with you all. Okay. Have a happy Halloween tomorrow, of course, and yeah, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. All right. Peace out. Slava Ukraini.